Yeah, we'll have both of you here. Can we stage you both here so we can get focuses? All right, we've got Executive Director of Transportation Adam Johnson and Superintendent Dr. Crystal Hill. We're just setting focuses right now. We've still got a couple minutes until we go live.
To be clear, we're going to do one and then the other. We're not going to bounce back and forth, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Who would you guys like to start?
Whatever.
Hill? Yeah, we're going to start with Dr. Hill, then pass it off to Adam.
Dr. Hill, would you mind stepping up to the edge of that kind of concrete there? I'm not going to make you get your feet wet. That's
that
perfect.
good?
Thank you so much.
Here, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Yep. You got sound?
Yep.
Cool. Can you count down from 10 or tell them
Sure.
what you have for
10, 9, 8. I had coffee with creamer for
That's
breakfast.
not food.
It's too early.
Sorry, everybody. I'll fix it. It's Monday.
Yes.
All right, everybody, we're very excited to kick off the 2024-25 school year. We've got Dr. Crystal Hill here. If you guys want to take a sec, make sure that you're ready to go. Give me a thumbs up when you guys are good. I'm staring directly into lights. Cool. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ready on you? You want to welcome us into the start of the school year?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24-25 school year. We are so excited to begin the first day of school, and we're out here on the bus lot. I've had the opportunity to greet a few drivers, and we are just so excited to get started. Can't wait to get into classroom and welcome students and families back to school. This time I'll take any questions that you may have.
Jonathan, go ahead.
Let me come around. What would be kind of your first piece of advice for parents today? There are a lot of changes and a lot of new things that you all have worked on over
Yeah, so my number one piece of advice will be the same that I have given for the last 27 years. Make sure your child has a great breakfast this morning. Make sure you talk to them about making friends and just making sure it's a great day. Making sure that this afternoon and this evening you allow time for kids to rest. They're going to be really, really tired this afternoon. And just make sure that you ask them about all the great things they've done today at school.
Kind of reiterate one more time the part about the binders and new material process. That's a big deal for our high school and middle school students. Because again, they've got new school supplies headed back to the first day.
Yep.
What they should and shouldn't take with them.
All right, so school safety is always top of mind. So as you all know, a couple of years ago, we started with our weapon scanners that are at our schools, our high schools and our middle schools. And so we've made a couple of changes just to make sure that students are able to process and go through quickly. So we've asked students to eliminate any metal binders, anything that may be metal in the book bag. That would just allow students to go through quickly. If students do happen to bring it, don't worry. We do have a process to get kids through, but we would just ask that students not bring those things. The other thing that we're mindful of is those type of heavy binders really weigh down book bags. So now that students have a laptop, they really don't need that heavy binder. So we just ask parents to leave those at home.
Can you give us an update on the teacher shortage and some of the employment issues that you may be having right now, and how do you plan to attack that?
So our vacancy numbers are actually down than they were this time last year, and our team has worked extremely hard. As you all know, I moved over our chief academic officer, Nancy Brightwell, and put her in charge of recruitment, retention, and talent development. And she started that work back in January. It's been incredibly successful, making sure that we are recruiting from all different places and also doing an excellent job making sure that our teachers are classroom ready. We had 3 weeks of what we've called the Crown Academy. So all teachers that were new to teaching or new to Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools had an opportunity to go through a 3-week onboarding process. So they are ready on today. So we're really, really excited about that.
We got one more question for Dr. Hill, and then we'll bring in Adam.
Dr. Hill, let me ask you about the plan to execute with Bruns Avenue and Charles Parker. Can you talk about, I know when you all initially talked about it was going to be 8 weeks. Is it still going to be an 8-week kind of repair time period? How do you expect things to go with those two schools going into the new Bruns today? How are you feeling about that today?
Sure. Well, one thing that I will say is our teams have done an amazing job. You know, we plan for 80% of things that we know are going to happen, and then there's always that 20% surprise. And so what happened at Charles Parker, of course, was a surprise with that pipe burst. But our operations team and our school teams, our principals jumped right in. Incredibly blessed that we have Bruns Avenue that was opening this year and is a little bit under capacity because of the things that they'll be at full capacity or closer to capacity in the 25-26 school year. So we were able to move Charles Parker over. They are set and ready to go on today. They will be operating on 2 different schedules because we did not want to disrupt Charles Parker for when they do go back to their facility. We do have great news that the time is not going to be as long as we expected. However, we are still doing some final inspections, and we plan to let parents know when they can enter back into their school at the end of the day today.
Thanks, Dr. Hill. Adam, I know you're on a clock, so up next we've got Adam Johnson, Executive Director of Transportation. Any questions that you have for Adam, if you want to just let us know a little bit about what's rolling out behind us to start.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. As you see, we have one of our finest rolling out here now, ready to receive students in true fashion. So we're excited to move over 839 buses this morning. We have over 104,000 students assigned. 2 buses. Our buses are going to travel nearly 20 million miles this school year. So the thing we always ask from parents, especially these first 2 weeks of school, is just extend us some grace as we continue to work through things and make sure that students, of course, top of mind is always safety. We want to make sure that students are going to where they need to be with the right school. And certainly in the afternoon, it's going to take a little bit longer. We want to make sure that parents know we're going to make sure that students are on the correct buses and they're going to the correct stops. So while that stop time might show 3:45 or 3:52, allow us some additional time because the loading time at schools will take a little bit longer. Traffic is certainly going to play a part, so expect a 15 to 30 minute delay this afternoon as well. But we always appreciate our parents because they are willing to work with us, and we'll do our best to make sure we get it right for them. Any questions that I could take for you? Yes.
Talk about goals day one here and goals for the end of the year.
Yep, goals day one is always students to school safely, students home safely where they need to be. Goals for the year is moving us back to our place of a 95% on-time arrival in the morning and close to that in the afternoon, and filling those vacancies. Currently, we're sitting at 50 vacancies. We have 47 drivers on some type of approved leave. So the main goal throughout the year is always to fill those vacancies and, again, work on our on-time arrival.
Were there any changes to express stops with bringing on Valentine Ridge? We've had some magnet program changes. Anything different with express stops?
Yep, great question. No changes to the express stops themselves. The difference would be that we added additional stops for families. We created some additional consolidated stops for families just to try to increase that access for them and ease their minds and try to make it more workable for those families and to get to and from school.
Point out that if families, you all are still helping with coordinated stops, is that what you...
Consolidated? Yes, sir.
That parents can still join forces.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime families can get together, we try to group 7 or more families, but we, again, try to work with them in whatever situation they have to try to make it easier for them to get to the stop.
You mentioned some bus driver vacancies. Talk to us about the ways that you guys get creative to make sure all the kids have access to those buses. What are the things you guys are doing during that bus driver?
Yep. So, again, all available staff, including mine, all available staff will be driving the bus. I'll be taking off here shortly to run an express stop run. But we also do things where we split runs between other buses. Buses will have to double back to schools. We just call them a double back. It means they'll run one run, go back to the school, run their second run. So we make sure that all students will get to school and get home.
In terms of the electric buses,
Yes.
I believe it was said that, you're rolling out just a few now and then some later on.
Yes.
Do you know the timeline on that and just kind of what you're working through before adding more of those types of buses?
Sure. 3 buses will be in place this school year, an additional 27 for the 25-26 school year, and an additional 25 for the 27-28, 26-27-28. Yeah. So we'll be a total of 55 total electric buses within the next 3 years.
Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you all. I'm
Adam's got to go run his stop. Thank you all very much for joining us. Feel free to continue to get some shots as the buses roll out, and we look forward to a very exciting start to the school year. Thanks again.
Thank you.